back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to Inverted Aviators RC. Yes, you read the title right. Our channel has officially surpassed 1,000 subscribers. We are beyond excited and so grateful for every single one of you who've joined us on this journey. Whether you've been here since the very beginning or just found us recently, your support means the world to us. This milestone is more than just a number, it's a celebration of the fun, challenges, failures, and creativity we've shared together. Over the past couple years, we've built, flown, fixed, and innovated, and it's been incredible to see this community grow. We've got so many exciting projects in the works, and we can't wait to bring them to life in the few months ahead. From new mods to experimental builds to new FPV adventures, there's so much more to look forward to with our channel. Once again, thank you so much for helping us reach this huge milestone, and here's to even more flights, builds, and amazing moments ahead. Now sit back and enjoy some of the highlights from our journey so far. I figured we should start where our whole channel started. 2 years ago, I decided to go out and fly above a frozen lake at Grandma's house. And that's all the video was. There was no audio, no music, just a nice, smooth, stabilized flight, taking in the view of the crisp winter air. And the whole reason for posting this video on YouTube was so we could send it to Grandma and show her how cool her house looked without having to send a huge file. We just put it up, let it fly, and that was all to it. We didn't think of a name, we didn't have a logo, we just put it up on YouTube just for the fun of it. At this point in our lives, the only remote control plane we had was a small Cessna, and it was super fun to fly, but we didn't know all of the planes that we were going to be adding to our collection in the few months to come. Next summer, we decided to buy 2 UMX Turbo Timber Evolutions and slap some micro cameras on the top. We didn't make a tutorial of how to do this, we just thought it'd be kind of cool because we still didn't have any audio, and me with overconfidence on the sticks decided to go inverted and then try to pull out of it, and it just didn't work out, and this was our first crash ever recorded on the channel. A big part of our channel has been taking brand new, nice, remote control planes and pretty much making them fly worse with all the modifications we do to them, but that's part of the fun. I love digging into these planes and adding micro cameras or adding gun lights or adding a head tracker or pretty much anything we can think of and anything you guys can think of. So thank you so much for dropping comments in either our videos or in the Discord of just things we should add to planes because it might be cool, and it usually is. So again, thank you so much for all the support on these modifications.
We'll end up soldering to this other part over here so that we can still disconnect it.
Now that is a pretty nice bright light, and it shows that it will work. You're here because you want to put a micro camera on the UMX Voodoo, so let's get right into it. This is all that you're going to need to make this modification. There's a gap on this side, which might not be a big deal.
And so what we're going to end up doing is we're going to drill a hole in our wing through here. Make sure not to hit your fingers on the other side.
Nice.
You'll plug it into this large slot here.
At the camera signal, and if you aren't able to find it, you can also change the output channel coming from the camera with a little button. We're gonna make a whole bunch of light low cuts. These little horns are super nice for like normal flying. They keep these rods in the right angle, but trying to maneuver these horns out of the way is going to be a nuisance. And as you can see, and right there in the nose, and you also see from the camera on here, I'm surprised to say it might be too bright. That's everything working, right? Like, that's a plane if I've ever seen one. The 1.2 meter F4U Corsair has clearly been my favorite project plane, and one of my favorite things about it is I bought it off somebody who I met at Hub Hobby who said, yeah, I've got a broken down one that I haven't flown in a while, would you like it? So I bought it off of him, and ever since then I've been adding a whole bunch of cool things, and sometimes it doesn't fly the best like my mom says right here.
A little wibbly wobbly, but
a little wibbly wobbly, and I can still hear this first landing in my head because it's horrible.
oh no.
But that didn't deter me from adding new things, so we got out and made a video about fixing the gear I just blew off of it. And after trying and trying to get it back working, I had a lot of failures. And you can see right here, I'm not happy all the time. What is going on? Screw in. How can I be screwing in for so long? And instead of practicing landing with this plane, I decided to go and add gun lights, because why not? That's super cool. And that's one of my favorite things about this hobby, is I just thought, hey, won't that be cool to have gun lights that are controlled by a channel? And I did it, and it's awesome, and I really like it. And you can even tell my joy in the video here once I actually got it working. I'm just so happy.
We get a nice little gun light, a little flicker. Isn't that awesome?
And one of my favorite things about it is it looks so cool at night. It flashes really bright. It's custom code too. Check out that video if you want to do it yourself, and it's just awesome. And finally I got around to actually practicing the taking off and the landing of everything, and we can see the gun lights work from the ground view, which is, again, just so cool.
So cool.
But things weren't always smooth as I got to flying this plane. As you can see here, things just went wrong.
All right.
That's cool.
I can also see it in the camera, which is awesome. Uh-oh. I can't control it.
Maybe.
Well, let's bring it over.
Okay. That seemed promising.
Locked in. I like
Would a piece of tape stick over it just for now, or would that unbalance everything?
I don't have time to worry about that.
And this is why you always have to stay positive in this hobby, because after 3 successful takeoffs, I finally had 1 successful landing, and there were celebrations in the streets. It was so much fun.
All right, that's a landing. Yay! Okay.
And after successfully landing this plane exactly 1 time, I decided to start on our most ambitious project yet, and that's adding a micro analog head tracker into the canopy of this Corsair, and that has been so much fun to work on because of how crazy it is to think about throwing a head tracker where the pilot would be. And I would just show the actual audio of this intro because it's one of my favorites of this channel, but I got special permission on our last video, and so feel free to check out that video if you want to see what this intro is actually like.
Alright, we are up in the air. Trying to fly it smooth. I gotta check and see if I... Whoop. Oh my god. Okay, and now we can turn flaps and gear off.
And that's pretty much where our head tracking Corsair is today. And if you've been watching the streams, you'll know that I'm still working on a whole bunch of projects for this plane, and I'm super excited to get more flying and landings, especially with this plane, and gain more confidence as we go forward, because I'm absolutely going to be flying this plane more. So let me know if you've got more things that I should add to this plane, because I absolutely will. I'm going to get a bigger receiver so I can add more channels and do more things with this plane. But so far, it has been my favorite plane to add big things to, because it still flies really well, it looks really cool from the canopy, and it's been so much fun to work on. So let me know if you got more things that I should add to this plane. And we wouldn't be Inverted Aviators RC if there wasn't a little bit of upside down flying, and I think we can all agree that the most fun thing about this hobby is just going out to the field and taking to the skies. So sit back, relax, and watch some of the highlights from the flights over the years. And this is the first time you've ever heard our voices, and we didn't think this was going to take off at all, no pun intended, but here's what we sound like. First attempt at audio-video recording. So you got half flaps, safe off.
Yep, getting good to go.
And now just a whole bunch of feather commentary. Just doesn't hit anything, but it's just a test anyways. For the video.
So that's a little bit worried, but nothing like we're doing anything wrong, so we're just having fun here. Inverted.
The brightness all the way down, saturation up, does make it very colorful. Oh jeez.
I think so. Maybe that's because I can see. That's flying just at full tilt. The goggles and such, but it's still there. That's a new addition to our flying lineup.
Yeah.
There's actually a lot of wind up here. Wow.
So as you can see, it looks awesome. This is exactly what I wanted right out of the gate. We've got a pretty easy to read voltage meter right.
Here we go. My movements and keeping me safe in the air. We do have a little bit of wind, but nothing really that this plane can't handle.
All right off the bat, it looks like it still flies. So that's our first big win so far. I'm just gonna do a little pass here just to make sure everything is feeling good. So what's the title gonna be? Favorite planes crash?
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
Oh man, with this, maybe the signal is just far away.
Yeah, we are kind of far.
Oh gosh.
Markers that are 3 yards apart each, and we're gonna try to land it as close as we can to this starting line and just mark out what's the best and how can we do better. So
Yeah, there we go.
keep going straight.
First, I like, I've got a couple that I like, but one of my favorites is the F-15 Eagle.
Dirty little birdie.
Yeah. It's just super fast, and I guess this is this RC plane, or is this just like plane?
Let's just go in general. Next up, we have my favorite flight of all time, and that's for a couple of reasons. One, we were flying together, and I think we can all agree that flying with somebody is so much more fun than flying alone. Next, the colors just look beautiful. I didn't do anything to this footage. It's all exactly natural how we saw it through the cameras, and it just looks really nice. It was right after a storm. It was super calm, super bright, and the colors just look really nice. And lastly, this flight has given us something that no other video has ever given us, and that's the name of our channel and the logo of our channel. If you've been around our videos for a while now, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about because I've brought it up before. But in just a second, we're going to fly within a yard of the quad cam, inverted, and flying right by it. And it's my favorite shot of all time. It looks awesome. Here it is coming up. And it just looks awesome. It's my favorite flight because of that one shot, and that one shot is my favorite of all time. So again, this is what we use in our intro all the time, and I just love it. It's where we got inverted aviators from. Because we're inverted, we're flying by. That's why I love this shot. But I just want to, well, it sounds louder to start, which makes sense. There's more cells.
Cargo plane. Put her in the water here. Yeah, let's see what this thing can do.
We do like to fly low and slow from time to time, and this quad cam allows us to get these really nice, stabilized, smooth, and really flowy shots. And that's all thanks to the O3 Air Unit. It is an extra cell on a tiny plane, which is awesome. If you're curious, that extra cell allows this plane to go up to 60 miles an hour, and if you want us to prove it, check out our video where we run some speed trials. But yeah, this thing gets cooking. And dive into it to get as much speed as we can. The Voodoo on 4S is a little slower than the Crescendo, but it's still really quick, and check out our video so we can prove it to you. Inverted is always fun. Can I punch out of it?
Up here, so this is with safe on. As you can see, I can't barrel roll or anything, but as you can see, I can like barrel roll and stuff.
I cannot follow.
But yeah, actually, we just recently hit 100 subscribers, didn't we?
Yep, we are at 116 now, but that passes, since our last video, we are now up above 100, so triple digits.
Yep, triple digit. Woo woo!
Yep.
Never thought we were gonna get there.
No, we're just sharing the information, making it fun, or sharing what we know, and how that might help someone who's a more beginner, because when we started, we did exactly what we're doing now, which is looking on YouTube for, well, how do I do this? How do I do that? Why aren't my goggles connecting? Or why is my plane flipping upside down all the time? But we're hoping that...
Or spoilerons, I guess. Yeah. And so this is, I'm just kind of chilling around half throttle.
It still flies, so that's our first big win so far. I'm just going to do a little pass here just to make sure everything is feeling good and trimmed out especially. Yeah.
Not too windy where I'm like struggling, but it's like you can't do fun tricks as easily because of the wind.
I'm right behind you.
Wow. Okay, I think I was, what, outside the lines?
Yeah.
Nice. Actually, let me gain some. Just like a real
plane, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
It does a good job.
But what happened recently is a lead connecting both ailerons together, and I trimmed that and attached on a different servo lead, so...
I'm just gonna forget about that.
Did you hit the van?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and close the van.
That was my fault. I was going half flaps and I just drifted in. This here is my favorite intro ever, and I'm not allowed to share the audio because it got copyrighted. It was a popular song I used, but please check out this video. It's the IA Evo, the head tracking Evo. It is so much fun. It's so cool, but I can't share the audio. Just imagine it's from a popular movie back in the day, and it pretty much just says, well, how did I actually get here? Because I did smoke this plane the first time I tried to take it off because it was horribly unbalanced, and that's what I get for throwing an 8-channel receiver as well as a head tracker onto a UMX plane. At least the V1 version of this plane just did not fly. But you can see here, I just doinked it straight into the ground. So please check out the original video, the IA Evo, getting it into the air for the first time. Hilarious. I loved it. My favorite intro ever of the 2 years of making videos. This one has been so funny. I loved it. But the rest of the video right after this intro, still great. So I can play that audio, so I will here. The UMX Turbo Timber Evolution has been a staple plane in our lineup ever since it came out. In fact, the majority of our videos revolve around the high-powered capabilities packed into this little flyer. We've flown it at the field, over a lake, at night, right side up, upside down, straight up, and of course, straight down. We've crashed it, bashed it, floated it, shorted it, and fixed it, and it always comes right back. The Evo is the inspiration behind our logo, and by far our favorite thing to fly. But we've always wondered, what else can this plane do? Then one lone commenter gave us an idea. So we worked, and failed, and kept working. Until we got it right. Without any further ado, introducing, for the first time ever, the UMX Turbo Timber Inverted Aviators Evolution. Not only does it have fully functioning 2-axis 210-degree horizontal and 180-degree vertical head tracking, but it has full flaps, safe mode, rates, expo, and everything else you would expect to find on the Evo right out of the box. But does it fly?
Okay, I'm turning around here. I just saw your plane for a second there. Testing it out. And so it totally fits. I mean, you can put a whole bunch of weight in this thing and it'll still fly. It's a big cargo plane.
Oh yeah, you're good.
I'm still
just because it does just have that higher pitch, a little bit louder. 4 times. I'll put it on screen, I'll map it all out and show you in just a second here, but let's see how we can get aerobatic with this plane on 4 cells.
Glued it back together, and it still flies today.
Yeah.
So you know, line of sight is pretty difficult. Yeah. Like away from you, everything is normal, and then when you coming back.
Again, this quad cam has gotten us some of the coolest shots we've ever had over the years, and it's just so much fun to fly nice and slow and get the nice close-up shots of whatever you're looking at, but it's just so much fun.
All right. I'm just, how slow is it going? It seems like it's going pretty slow.
Yeah, it's just kind of crawling along. It's really smooth looking from my angle. Like when you're flying straight and smooth like that, it's really nice to just get up close.
I'm gonna test out this crow, or this, I should stop calling it crow because it's spoiler-ons. Crow is what, mainly used for landing?
Side note about this lake flying video, I thought it was going to blow up so much more because of how cool and how risky it was to fly over the lake, but it's still one of my favorite videos we ever shot.
Yeah. Whoa. Gosh. All right, I'm like, yeah. All right.
Dang it, I saw the water bottle.
A good landing nonetheless.
Yeah, I was like, I felt like I was doing well, and then all of a sudden I was too close to the ground, and then completely up, and I did not think I was gonna make it.
You thought it was just over?
Yeah, I thought I was gonna hit something, hit the ground.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Let's put the crash counter on green 0.5, red 0. And then I was like, okay, well, whatever was wrong, maybe I just wasn't going fast enough. So I was like, okay, just turn it around and I'll come back. And so then what happened was
Go. A little less flippy, maybe. It's still really flippy. Just with the added weight, and you got to get the center of gravity correct, or else it'll throw the whole plane off. But that's not because of this battery. That's any plane, you got to do that. And any sort of things that might get in your way.
An expo means
Closer to the ground. But I'm not 100% sure, so let us know in the comments what they're used for, because it makes the ailerons go both up, which can only, in my mind,
kill the throttle, and you can just coast. Whoa, wow, it can pull, it can...
Jeez.
Oh, I just did a...
Straight up. I don't even... Oh, there you are.
What is that for you?
That's probably saying battery...
Okay, now
run cam hooked onto the top, which should record some nice backwards view, which you've probably been already seeing. But it's big enough and sturdy enough that that's not a big deal to it. It won't affect it. It won't make it drop out of the sky.
Yeah.
Going to the motor, but just be able to punch out of anything. Flying it exactly the opposite of what a glider should be. That was a nice landing. not the shortest. The aerobatics. Oh yeah, that's flying well. Let's see, can I tell? Oh yeah, there's uprights here. I don't want to fly into those, but
And so like right now I'm moving the my right stick, maybe you can see it, if that's kind of what you're looking for, or if you're relatively new to flying and you don't want quick adjustments to inverted aviators special here before we're done. Look at that. I'm just stopped in the air.
Yeah, I'm up close to your tail, so but wow, that looks so smooth. Is it clear? Oh my god. I did not expect you to do that.
Ooh.
There we go. We'll move.
I guess I did a barrel roll, which was kind of inverted for a second.
Oh, there's birds all around.
Dive, dive, dive.
That's kind of cool. I read amongst the birds briefly.
Climbing up, just to see the whole. Yep, I'm not really moving.
How would you rate this plane?
I would say this is a really good plane for a first-time flyer. We really like the UMX planes just because they're super small and they're pretty resilient when it comes to, crashes. But for this one, I mean, you can see how slow this plane can go. Oh, like a dream.
Jeez. Oh, like half flat spin-esque?
Yeah, well, it's interesting when it wants to turn to the right.
Seems like I'm moving, which is fun. Stay there, he says. Huh.
Whoa. I want some snow. I'd rather it be like 2 feet of snow right now, not grass, but
Yeah.
it does make flying out here a lot nicer if you happen to make a...
Just peaceful fly, even with problems like that. They can just be resolved with...
Yes. It's low. Oh, grass. Yeah, I figured out. That's the inverted aviators
Special, yep.
That sounds cool. Go invert it a little bit. I won't do a roll like that because I've tried.
Allows you to be more creative.
I can somewhat fly a glider. Oh, right into the leaves, but that's fine.
Oh, that sounded weird.
As we watch the last few shots from our channel so far, we want to say another huge thank you to every single one of you. Your support has been absolutely amazing, and it's because of you that this channel has grown beyond anything we'd ever imagined. Seriously, when we started, we had no idea we'd ever celebrate 1,000 subscribers, but here we are, and that's all because of you. We're super excited for what's ahead, and we can't wait to share off all of our upcoming projects and adventures and all the new planes and stuff that we're working on. So there's so much more to come, and we're just getting started. We'd also love to hear from you. Leave a comment or join our Discord and let us know what you'd like to see more of out of this channel, because we're always looking for more fun ideas, projects to dive into, and your input means a whole lot to us, because without you, we couldn't be where we are today. Thank you again for being part of this journey, and here's to even more flying, building, and creating together. Until next time, from all of us here at Inverted Aviators RC, thank you so much for watching.